Hello friends. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing well, staying strong, and quietly becoming better every single day. Before we begin, I want you to know something important. This video is not about speaking louder. It is not about impressing people. It is not about using fancy English words. This video is about a silent confidence trick that works in conversations, interviews, relationships, public speaking, and even in how you see yourself. Most people never learn this. Not in school, not in English classes, not in life. And once you understand it, the way you speak, listen, and carry yourself will never be the same. Before we dive in, let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever noticed that some people speak very little, use simple English, and yet command respect the moment they open their mouth? They are not loud. They are not dramatic. They are not trying to dominate the room. But somehow people listen. If you have ever wondered why that happens, this video is for you. And if you want more content like this that improves your English, confidence, and mindset without pressure or fake motivation, then take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with me till the end. Now let us begin. Confidence is usually taught in the wrong way. We are told to speak fast. We are told to fill silence. We are told to always have something to say. We are told that confidence means never pausing, never hesitating, and never being quiet. But real confidence works in the opposite direction. The most confident people in the room are not the ones who speak the most. They are the ones who are comfortable with silence. And that is the silent confidence trick nobody teaches you in English or in life. This video will show you how silence, pauses, presence, and calm speech can completely change the way people perceive you, even if your English is not perfect. The biggest lie about confidence. One of the biggest lies we are taught is that confidence means talking more. From childhood, we are rewarded for quick answers. In classrooms, the fastest speaker is seen as the smartest. In conversations, the loudest voice often gets attention. Slowly, we start believing that silence is weakness. So we rush our words. We add unnecessary sentences. We overexplain simple ideas. We panic when there is a pause. But here is the truth. Unconfident people are afraid of silence. Confident people control it. Silence does not make you look weak. It makes you look thoughtful. Why silence feels uncomfortable? Silence feels uncomfortable because it forces awareness. When you stop speaking, there is nothing to hide behind. No noise. No filler words. No distraction. For people who are insecure, silence feels like exposure. They fear being judged. They fear being misunderstood. They fear not being good enough. That is why they rush to speak. But confident people understand something powerful. They know that silence gives weight to their words. The silent confidence trick. The silent confidence trick is simple but powerful. It is the ability to pause without fear. It means you do not rush to answer. You do not interrupt yourself. You do not fill every gap with words like actually, or you know. Instead, you pause. You breathe. You speak when you are ready. That pause sends a strong psychological signal. It tells people, I am not nervous. It tells people, I am thinking. It tells people, my words matter. How this changes your English. Many people think their English is the problem. They believe they lack vocabulary. They believe their grammar is weak. They believe their accent is holding them back. But often the real issue is speed. When you speak too fast, mistakes increase. When you rush, clarity disappears. When you panic, confidence drops. Silence fixes this naturally. When you allow yourself a pause, your English improves automatically. Your sentences become clearer. Your pronunciation improves. Your grammar stabilizes. Your confidence rises. Not because you learn more English, but because you gave yourself space. Why pauses make you sound smarter? There is a psychological reason pauses make you sound intelligent. The human brain associates slow, controlled speech with authority. Leaders speak slower. Teachers pause before important points. Experienced professionals do not rush. Fast speech feels reactive. Slow speech feels intentional. When you pause before answering, people assume you are thinking deeply, even if the answer is simple. That is not manipulation. That is perception. And perception matters in communication. The difference between confident and insecure speech. Insecure speech tries to prove something. It explains too much. It justifies every sentence. It seeks approval. Confident speech does not chase validation. It states. It pauses. It allows others to process. Confidence is not about sounding perfect. It is about being comfortable with imperfection. The power of not reacting immediately. Most people react instantly. Someone says something. They reply immediately. They defend, explain, or correct. Confident people respond, not react. They listen fully. They pause. They choose their words. That pause alone changes the tone of the conversation. It turns chaos into calm. It turns argument into discussion. It turns nervousness into control. How silence builds emotional control. Confidence is not just about English. It is emotional. When you cannot tolerate silence, it often means your emotions are in control. You speak to reduce anxiety. You speak to escape discomfort. You speak to feel safe. But when you train yourself to sit in silence, you train emotional strength. You stop reacting impulsively. You stop overthinking conversations later. You stop replaying words in your head. Silence builds emotional maturity. The role of breathing in confidence. Silence and breathing are connected. When you rush, your breathing becomes shallow. When you pause, your breathing deepens. Deep breathing calms the nervous system. A calm nervous system produces confident speech. This is why confident people sound calm, even under pressure. They are not special. They are regulated. Why most people fear pauses in English. In English conversations, silence feels dangerous. People fear that others will judge their fluency. They fear forgetting words. They fear awkwardness. So they keep talking, even when it hurts clarity. But native speakers pause all the time. They pause to think. They pause to emphasize. They pause naturally. Fluency is not speed. Fluency is flow. And flow includes silence. How to use silence in daily conversations. You do not need to announce your pause. You do not need to apologize for it. Just stop, breathe, and continue. When asked a question, pause before answering. When making a point, pause before the important sentence. When finishing a thought, allow silence to land. Let people feel your words. Silence in interviews and meetings. In interviews, silence is powerful. When asked a question, pause. Think. And answer calmly. Rushed answers feel nervous. Paused answers feel confident. In meetings, speak less but with intention. When you speak, people listen. When you stop, your words echo. Why this works in life, not just English. This trick works beyond language. It works in relationships. It works in arguments. It works in leadership. Silence prevents unnecessary conflict. Silence gives clarity. Silence creates presence. People feel safer around calm energy. And calm energy is silent confidence. The confidence shift you must make. Stop trying to sound confident. Start becoming calm. Confidence is not performance. It is comfort. Comfort with yourself. Comfort with pauses. Comfort with silence. Once you make this shift, everything changes. Common mistakes to avoid. Do not confuse silence with withdrawal. Do not disappear from conversations. Do not use silence to avoid responsibility. This is not about being quiet. This is about being intentional. Speak when needed. Pause when necessary. Be present always. How to practice this daily. Practice pausing in small conversations. Practice breathing before speaking. Practice allowing silence without filling it. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. That is normal. Growth always feels uncomfortable before it feels natural. What people will start noticing? People will interrupt you less. People will listen more. People will take you seriously. Not because you changed your personality, but because you changed your presence. The real secret of confidence. The real secret is not words. It is control. Control over your breath. Control over your pace. Control over your emotions. And silence is the doorway to that control. If there is one thing I want you to remember from this video, it is this. You do not need louder words to be confident. You need calmer energy. Silence is not empty. It is powerful. The moment you stop fearing pauses, you stop fearing judgment. And the moment you stop fearing judgment, confidence becomes natural. If this video helped you, take a moment to like it. Share it with someone who struggles with confidence or English. Subscribe to the channel for more deep, practical content like this. Comment below and tell me what part of this video made you think differently. Thank you for watching. Stay calm, stay present, and I will see you in the next video.